and find something you're passionate about besides Ziggy.
Howdy. So I went to gas station and got me another pop. My Diet Coke was empty. I had to get another refill. So, and I could tell I was getting a little bit angry. When I started cussing, I was like, okay, I need to take a 5-minute break. So yeah, that's why. And no, I'm not going to delete that. Why should I I don't understand why I should delete anything. If what I say is how I feel, I mean, yeah, I got a little bit angry with and cussing. I wouldn't have liked to do that. But besides that, like, I believe what I'm saying. So there's nothing for me to delete or cover up. And that's the thing. I think that a lot of people are so afraid of rocking the boat or don't understand, like, somebody has to speak up, okay? And I might as well, I mean, yeah, I mean, if I'm going to be the bad guy, it is what it is. I'm not gonna back down or follow anybody just because they know how to say the right things or because they sound educated. No, but this is my opinion and it's just how it is. And that's just it, you know, and you guys have your own opinion. And yes, this used to be a channel of all opinions welcome. That was the whole point of the channel. That's what it was about. But unfortunately, bad apples had to ruin it for everybody, like always. Every good thing, anytime that something, I'm turning on a light. We can't be as open as a chat as we used to be because people take advantage of it and they start being passive aggressive and they start saying things to purposely cause distractions and stuff. And so, yeah, it's like, I guess if people don't want to delete these people, I guess I will. But the thing is, like, it's distracting. I don't mind, like, you know, if Chasing Truth's coming in here and saying whatever, it's fine. Or any of these people. But if you start making, like, condescending or in all of a sudden all, like, you know, it's funny because just watch how it works. When one person comes in, like a bunch of them come in together and it's just a way to distract. And you have to ask why. Like, why does it seem like we're protecting Don Wells? So yeah, I am gonna delete anybody who's just like trying to purposely just be an asshole. Like, if you have a real genuine question and it's not, if I have seen you around for a couple years since the very beginning, and you've been following the case since the beginning, and you ask me a dumb question about, like, or say, well, you were on the hill or something like that, I'm going to look at you like you're not very smart, or I'm going to be like, okay, have you not been paying attention? No, what they have been paying attention. What they're doing is they're trying to just distract. Please refrain from coming in here, Roxy. Who the hell are you? Virtue signaling. What the hell does that fucking mean? My opinion is my opinion. I'm, you know, I don't. Can we be disrespectful to the trolls? Hey, Unbroken. You're just saying what we've been thinking all along. Well, thank you, Cindy. And I know that. I know a bunch of people are thinking what I'm thinking. It's scary to speak up. I understand it. But the thing is, like, and I wouldn't be upset or mad. And yeah, I was shaking mad. Yeah, because it's like when you're dealing with somebody who you know, with people who you know are very intelligent, and they're using their intelligence for not good, and they're manipulating people. It really is scary. Okay. And it's not okay to direct people in a wrong direction because you know how to speak well and you want to paint Don Wells and Candace repaint the picture when we all know what really happened. And it's like it's kind of like a narcissist gaslighting you and making you think, oh, you didn't see what you really saw. Like they're trying to say, that's basically what they do, and make, us that don't agree seem like what we remember is incorrect. All I'm saying is I just know that you're highly intelligent, and I just feel like your people listen to you and you have a huge following, and I feel like you're doing a lot of damage. Okay? Do you not see how the role you've played in this? How now we have like a more than ridiculous amount of people who are suddenly for the Wells when we know the type of people they are? How are you going to feel? And when it comes out that you've been sitting there dancing with the devil up there on the hill, and what makes it worse is that you're not even doing lives about Summer anymore, but you're in here. You're in here. I don't go to your chat and disrupt what you're saying when you talk shit about me. And trust me, I hear it. Do you guys ever see me just all of a sudden, contact like 20 of you guys to come like barge in a chat with me and attack people who have different opinions? I never do that. I stay in my lane, and I'm over here. And my only issue, no matter how you want to look at it, is actually one of looking at you in a respectful way and putting you in a certain place. I feel like you're kind of lowering yourself. You know what I mean? And it's just, and I feel like you're using your intelligence to manipulate people and to follow you along with what you're saying. If you don't want to cover Summer Wells, why are you going in the chats? What's the whole point? Why are you going up on panels? That doesn't make sense. It's the same thing. So just because you're not making money off of Summer now, that's supposed to say something? People can have their own opinions, Morris. Just don't purposely be an asshole to distract, Yeah, but you're coming, Jason, but you come and people listen to you. People listen to you. You are very intelligent, and you have a lot of gifts you are given, and you could really help people, but instead you're fucking deciding to team up with Dawn and Candace. So that's why it gets me heated. I'm sorry. I do get a little bit over the top with that stuff, but it's like, dude, we're not dealing with somebody who is like if I actually wasn't upset like this, you would say something. It would say that, well, I did expect you to be friends with people like that, right? But instead, I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Why is somebody like chasing truth? An intelligent woman, why is all of a sudden she being BFF with these people and going on people's panels and going in the chats, but yet won't talk about Summer? So it's just suspicious, and I'm sorry. I feel like you're manipulating people, and I think you're trying to, I don't know why though. I don't know exactly why, but I know it's for some kind of agenda. The hopes maybe you'll get information or something, but it's not going to come from Dawn and Candace. But I don't know. I mean, we don't know for a fact that they, essayed Summer, that they did anything this summer. We don't have like absolute proof, but we do have like, a lot of things like we've seen. And I didn't try to be their friend. Everybody knows my calls are recorded. Okay. And I say it open here. All my calls are automatically recorded. And I was very new then, and I definitely am trying to be much more open about that, because I don't think it's cool to record people and just put it out there, especially if you tell them, no, I'm not recording. I don't like to be dishonest, but I also can't be fake, and I can't lie to myself either. And I can't just go along and like be okay with certain things that we've seen. But you don't see how many people are now, you guys, where did this come from then? If all of a sudden we have this influx of people who are in support of Dawn and Candace, where do you think that's coming from? Whether you want to or not, to influence people do listen to what you say, Chasing, and they follow and they go along and they look up to you. I'm actually talking good about you. And I know I wasn't ever talking bad about White Boy and his wife either. And and that's the thing I've been fighting since the day I came on YouTube too. It's like, how come I can't have somebody on the panel like, I don't know, like Don Wells or somebody, but for some reason be labeled that I'm a Don Wells supporter? Or just because I agree that Margie was put up to that interview, how does that equal that I was talking shit about White Boy or his wife? So that's why I got a little bit irritated. A lot of stuff started happening at once. People know, Chasing, you didn't come in here by yourself. It was several of you that came in at once. And I just don't really like conflict. And I know that you're a reasonable person. And the thing is, people listen to you, is what I'm saying, and you're very influential. So that's why it pisses me off, because these people are not good people. I don't care what you say, that. For saying what, Blue Eyes? For saying that about what to Chasing? Or do you even know what you're talking about? Because I don't know. What do you mean? What did I say to Chasing? No, this is not conflict for content at all. You're causing conflict coming in here saying stuff like that. Who said that, Renee? Hopefully in your personal growth, you'll like learn how to not talk shit about people and play both sides. At least I'm real. At least I can tell the truth right here. A bunch of you fucking fakes can't. A bunch of you guys are just like, follow the leader. You guys, I mean, seriously, it's a rarity that anybody goes against the grain on YouTube. And why the hell are we? I don't understand. And it's like, people aren't, for what reason are people now like, what happened? What changed? What did Don and Candace do? I mean, that people are now in support of them. Which PD stuff? No. No, I'm mad when they all come in and purposely try to cause issues like you're doing, Jays. How are the Wills guilty? Really? See, these are like really, I'm not, what do you mean guilty? Guilty of what? First of all, you're saying guilty. That's a wide range. Like guilty of what? And I mean, I know that Dawn has come on here, has told me that he talked about a 12-year-old's body, talking about how hot her body was, and she's 12. You guys don't find that concerning that he just talks so openly like that, thinking it's normal? And then he's corrected by his wife sitting right there, and she says, no, because he was thinking that she was 13, and then Candace says, oh no, she's 12. Like, it's completely normal to talk about a 12-year-old's body, that they have a hot body. If that's done and that shows that he is so used to that, are used to, and who knows what's happening behind closed doors, you know? I know, Chasing, that but I mean, you can't say that you haven't ever talked bad about me on your channel, because it's come back to me too. But you don't see me barging in there and just trying to cause a scene and redirect the chat. And maybe that wasn't what you were doing, but it was at the same time as everybody else that they just magically come in here at the same time. So you've got to look at it from my point of view too. I don't go into your chat. I mean, how come I've never, when people contact me, I don't go in their chat and just decide to start talking shit, or because people are always going to have different opinions. Who cares? You know what I mean? But the thing is, Chasing, you're going out acting like you, calling everybody exploiting, like they're exploiting Summer. Now all of a sudden everybody's exploiters. You know, and it's like almost like you're taking a stance of better than or higher than, or I'm better than, and you know, and it just comes off very condescending. And you know, and the thing that's very offensive is that you're treating everybody like they're stupid. Like we're stupid and have not seen what has gone on for almost 2 years. That's why it pisses me off. And it's like, seriously, this girl who, it sounds like to me, Chasing, that you have college education. I don't know if you do or not, but I just, it's not adding up to me. Same thing with Ginny. Ginny's highly intelligent. I don't know Adrian. Oh my God. So, oh, okay. So we're going to defend Don because, oh, he's a pervert and he's touched little kids, but he hasn't touched his own little kids. He's not a pervert in that way. You've listened to, yeah, well, too bad I've never seen you, so I have a hard time believing that. No, no, I'm saying it's not slander if you say it's your opinion, Ken Capootler. It's not, it's my opinion. It's not slander. It's my opinion. And some things I know to be fact because he said it. And I have an actual phone calls about, young girls and talking about how he's witnessed little young girls being traded for crack. Okay. I mean, do we really have to go into all this again? I know that Chasing tries to be, I do know that she just tries to be unbiased, but I've definitely had some stuff said about me. How come all of a sudden when I go down to Tennessee, you guys, and when I say you guys, somehow all of a sudden, oh, Ziggy's down there making trouble. Like, what? Why am I making trouble, but you guys aren't? I'm making trouble because I'm I'm talking to the people in the area and their experience, and it may not be line up with on the same side as not what Donna Candace would want out there. I'm just putting out what Fred Hill said, Haskell Rhines, his nephew, the tree trimmers. We had this people from the billboard come up here before. That didn't have really anything much to do with Dawn, but we've heard a lot. I know. I feel like that hopeness sometimes. I do feel like used by people. You guys watch. You guys watch anytime, and it gets annoying. It gets really annoying anytime somebody, like every time I've gone to Tennessee or something, like people start talking to you that haven't talked to you for months, that have been dogging you, and all of a sudden they want to be your best friend, and it's very fake. I don't like fake. I don't mind people having different opinions. Okay, at all. I want people to have their own opinions, but not in a combative way. Like, well, why do you hang out with Dawn and Candace? If you sit here and tell me that you're best friend, that you're friends with them, and they're your friends, and that's the reason, then yeah, I would say fake, because you're not hanging out with them just to be their friends, right? I know you can't come on here and say that what your real agenda is, but yeah, I mean, in a way, and I understand sometimes when we have to get information, we can't, like, we get more bees with honey. I get it, but it's like, but you're saying that you're not covering Summerwell's case anymore. You're not covering Summerwell's case anymore, so, but you're just going to remain like best friends, or you're just want to be, I'm not going to say best friends, so I'm not trying to be condescending or rude or exaggerate, but why? What's the point of the relationship? You truly believe they're great people that you aspire to be? Like, I mean, I don't know. I want to be around people that I want to be more like, you know what I mean? Chasing, I find you really intelligent. That's why I like talking to Jenny. She's highly intelligent, and it's offensive. Like when you guys have witnessed the stuff that they've done. I don't know. When did those pictures come out of you only went up once? I know people, and I know people take advantage of them and stuff, and well, you know what, really, my anger, I'm just really, it's disappointment. I mean, yeah, it comes out anger and stuff. It's just disappointment because, like, it's because it's not so much that people are being unbiased or trying to, just be innocent until proven guilty type deal. It's like but yet that's what people are saying. Some of the people are saying, but it seems like they're going, some of them, and not so much you chasing, attack others. Oh, it seems like. Well, actually, to be honest, and what did I say, NH girl? What did I say? When Cracking Cases asked me, what did I think? I didn't come back and just to, save face and be like, oh, they're horrible people. They're absolutely horrible. I didn't say that. I said, actually, Don seems like a really good person. When you first meet him, he seems like a really nice person. That's just the truth. And actually, if you want NH girl, Candace backed out with no. My daughter was bawling her eyes out, and she had no problem telling my daughter that she changed her mind about giving her a puppy or giving her a dog. It was because of Dawn. Yeah, I'm gonna give credit where credit's due. I was very appreciative of Dawn, because if it wasn't for Dawn, my daughter would have been. I told her though. I said it's okay. I'll get. Even though I didn't want to get a dog, and she had been begging. I was like, okay, like these dogs definitely need a home, and so I agreed to it. But then Candace decides at church the next day that she was going to back out, and not. And my daughter was like. It was devastated. She was devastated. But obviously, Dawn cleared things up, and they're not all bad. And that's why they're not. But like at the same time, I get that. My daughter's tears to manipulate them. You're not self-aware, or you have no idea what you're talking about, because that's not at all what happened. My daughter's tears to manipulate them. I was at a fucking church, Skilo. How did my daughter's tears manipulate them? I mean, my daughter was up all night, excited about this dog. My daughter was up all night, could not wait till the morning. So, of course, when Candace came up to her and said, no, can't have a dog now, of course she's going to fucking cry. She's a child. Duh. God. So just because people, you guys were not, Skilo, you were not there. So, I mean, you've got Dawn telling you, oh, manipulator, giving dog. Well, guess what? Where are those dogs now, Skilo? Can you tell me where the heck those dogs are now? Any of them? Maybe one or two of them? Who knows where those dogs are now and if they're okay? And then there's another one up there. Oh, let's bring up another dog. I still have Athena right here. And you want to bitch and see something negative in it. See what I mean? It's like that's why I do appreciate chasing. for you being respectful, because I do see you being respectful, but there's people like this that constantly, like after you answer one thing, they have to pick another thing, pick something else, and pick the, and just twist things. What phone call with little Ziggy crying? What are you talking about? Duh, I played it, Judge. If there was any phone calls, I played it. My daughter was crying on the phone about a dog? That happened at church in person, so I don't know how it could have happened on the phone, Judge. What crappy judge you are. He doesn't sound broken when he's throwing out the N-word. He sounds real angry. Yeah, and is that true? That oh, never mind. I don't want to go back and forth with it. It's just what it is. It's just we have two different opinions about this case. I don't appreciate people coming in here and just like trying to take over my life when I'm giving an opinion about Margie's call. And no, because I don't do that to them. I don't do that to any of you guys. So I don't. Yeah, it's. So for people to turn around and get upset with me when I'm the one being barged in on with a bunch of people, planning to attack me at once. Yeah, it's of course, like I'm going to get angry and upset a little bit, and irritated. But I don't do that to you guys. I have never gone to any of your guys' chats and been like, tried to be like, drop a link. There's always people that have negative stuff to say. Like I can't go around everywhere and didn't Dawn try to get you to call Margie so she would take up from yes. And I was trying to find my text messages. It's on my old phone that Fred and Laura have now. That was on my old phone, but I reset it. And I was looking for through my Dropbox to look because I'm sure I have it somewhere where Dawn's texts were. But yes, Dawn, that's part of why I got really irritated about the Margie thing, because people knew what I was saying, but they were purposely trying to make it out like I was attacking Margie when that's not at all. Actually, I was sticking up for Margie. I was sticking up for her, if anything, because I think it's shitty that her dad pressured her into do that. And I know that he pressured her into do that because he's talked about it on here on YouTube several times about wishing that Margie would come out and speak. He's even said it to me on the phone, and he even gave me her phone number, trying to get me to call her. Yeah, he really was pushing me. I go, you want me to just call? She doesn't even know who I am. I go, is she expecting me to call? He was wanting me to just randomly call her. He was really pressuring, okay? Believe it if you want or not. I don't care. I mean, everybody should know this. I mean, it's not the only time. It's not like the only time Dawn said anything about trying to get Margie to come out and speak. It's not like I was the only person that he ever said that to or ever tried to. And yeah, and I don't know what you're talking about, Blue Eyes. I have no idea what you're talking about. You're completely, white knighting. Nobody's talking bad about anybody. Okay. Oh, Tennessee Poppy Seed, you could just email me and I'll talk to you about what happened. Chasing might have not brought those people with her because it could have, I believe some people that are in her chat contacted Chasing, got a hold of Chasing and got a hold of White Boy, because they were contacted basically at the same time and basically all came in at the same time. It could have just been a coincidence, but there was a lot of people that came in together. What repercussions, Skilo? Exactly. Same thing with Dawn, right? Like when Dawn says that a 12-year-old has a body from hell, speaking on a 12-year-old's child, he can say that, right, Skilo? But people like me are going to be like, that's sick AF and not okay. So I get exactly what you're saying. I understand that my words and things I say can cause people to, a reaction, and they're going to have opinions. Okay. But that's fine. When people talk about me on their channels, I don't go in their chats and beg for a link and have to defend myself everywhere I go. Like, I know that people are going to say stuff and have their opinions. No, I don't, Sugar Moon, not anymore. I already talked about that. And I do allow other people to have their own opinions and stuff, but people, just like I said when I first opened up this live, people have taken advantage of that and used it as a chance to try to come in here and be passive aggressive, be condescending, say things that they know are going to get reactions, and they all come in at once and stuff. They know what they're doing. It has nothing to do with having own opinions, and it's a way to cause distractions, and that's what's going on. Oh, I wasn't. I don't care. I don't know if it was you that asked for a link. It was a bunch of people asking for a link at once I don't know. I didn't see Chasing specifically. I saw, and I'm not even mad about White Boy and them coming over here asking. It's fine, but I'm just saying, I don't like the ones in the chat are the ones that are causing problems, or the ones that are white knighting and being like, Chasing wants a link, give Chasing a link, give White Boy a link, just to cause issues. I just try going over and running over to White Boy and making them think I'm talking shit about them and stuff, just to get the drama going. And yes, Dawn really pushed me to try to contact Margie. And I will find that proof, I guess, if people want to act like that, like they never heard anything like that before. But I know some of you guys have heard Dawn Wells say things like that before. Because, why come in at every single time somebody says your name, though, is what I'm saying, Chasing. You don't have to come in. People have their own opinion. You can, I get it, but the thing is, I'm noticing that a pattern is that a lot of people, and I'm not saying just you, or if you do it, because I don't know, I haven't seen it enough to know whether you do it or not, but how many times would I have? I mean, oh my God, I would have no time if I had to go to every live that talks shit about me and confront them. Everybody has opinions. So people coming in here and having a problem with my opinion it's basically people attacking me for my opinion and then trying to turn it around and say, what? I thought you had all opinions. when people are directly coming in here to cause problems and confront me about something I said, just that I don't agree with, I mean, I'm glad that you did talk to me about this and stuff. I'm glad that you came in. But I don't know for sure if it's you that's doing that, you do that, but I have seen a lot of people, a lot of creators feel like they have to go to every chat that mentions their name and sit there and go on panel and confront people. Like, what? I would have no time if I did that to every channel that had something bad to say about me. And then, how do I know Margie told the truth? Who are you talking to for Taz? Well, I inferred you have something going on if you want to be friends with Dawn and Candace, but you said you've only been there once. I don't understand why my issue still is. I don't really have an issue with you per se, but you keep going in circles. You see, this is when like people, you answer the question and then that answer is not good enough. So then they keep going and they keep picking and they keep picking and keep picking. You're just picking, chasing, and you don't have to go to every chat that has something bad about you or says something bad about you. What did I say that was untrue because of a documentary saying that you're up to that? Maybe there's a documentary or you're trying to get a book deal or be whatever. I don't know what you guys have planned, but I don't think that you're just stop talking about Summer out of the goodness of your heart, but yet you're going to sit there and still come in chats and go on panels about Summer. It's the same thing. Just because you don't do it on your own channel you're trying to act like you're making it like, oh, I'm so much better than, I'm not going to talk about Summer. I'm not going to, because you guys are exploiters and I'm not. But yeah, I'm going to go in chat and derail it every time somebody speaks my name or has something negative to say about Dawn or Candace. No, I have not. I do not Appalachian grading. I do not just make a habit of going to people's lives. If I did something like that, that's been like over a year ago. I quickly learned it does not help to go live to live and go on panels and defend yourself. It does not help. It causes drama and distractions. So I learned, and Chasing's been around longer than I have, and she knows. I can think of the Doug incident one time. Like, this is like over a year ago when I was brand new. Is that what you're talking about? Over a year ago? I'm talking people it's like constantly doing it. I don't remember really going into, I don't listen to people's stuff about me because, like, why would you want to hear the negativity and hatefulness? And I know I have no problem with if people want to be, I guess, I mean, Chasing came in here and talked. I won't mention her again about it. She told her opinion on it or whatever. I'm sorry, I don't agree with some of the things. But on some of it, I get your point. Yeah, they can respond on their own channels. Crimes have consequences. But not to just like cause problems, not that I'm saying Chasing Truth's doing that, because I'm just saying in general, like, you'll see a bunch of people come in and just try to cause problems. Anyways. I have no idea what you're talking about, TR Rule. What I'm saying is I don't go. Do you see me go to people's chats and have to cause a scene and try to defend myself? I mean, I would have no time. This basically my point was to come on here, say that Dawn has. I figured most people have heard Dawn talk about, oh, I wish Margie would come on. I've been trying to get Margie to come on, but people are, the YouTubers would eat her alive and she's scared. And he's talked about it several times. Aww. I got a really, really nice email. Thank you to the person who emailed me. It was really, really nice. I don't want people I want people to have their own opinions and stuff. I don't just get mad at somebody because they're in support of Dawn and Candace or whatever. But when you have a huge following and you're very influential and people are just going along with what you're saying, and if you can't notice it, it's been happening. Look at all of a sudden, the huge amount of supporters Dawn and Candace have. Well, I know it's ill-willed sugar moon. Most of the time it is. Not all the time, but... No, T-Roll, that's not. You're confused because you don't open up your ears. You're too busy, talking shit. If you would have heard my issue... Is it mad? No, I'm mad. I'm not. I'm mad because somebody else... What? No, the whole point is Dawn's been trying to get Margie to talk for years now, for almost 2 years now, TR Roll. That's the whole point. That's it. He's been trying. So how can we believe what she said if Dawn, and it's not anything against her, because I've said, I feel bad for her that Dawn pressured her into that. You could hear her, you could tell that she's scared and she doesn't know what to say. You tell that she's in a stuck place. Obviously she loves her dad, and she, and he's the type to really put on a guilt trip and make you feel bad, and he's been really pressuring her to speak up. So yeah, we have to take that into account. If you don't think that has any type of bearing or any influence on her opinion or whatever, then that's fine if you truly believe that. But don't keep yourself blinded just because you want to believe, you want to believe so bad that they're innocent, or vice versa, or whatever. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know. That's what I wonder. Crimes. Why do people like the stuff they say in the chat? Why listen to stuff that you're not interested in, If you don't like what's being said, go elsewhere. Obviously, I'm a channel that does not believe in Dawn's complete innocence. And actually, everybody knows that. So that's you. Obviously, if you don't want to hear anything negative about Dawn and Candace, don't come to my channel and bitch about, if you want to go live and bitch about it on your own channel, that's fine. I won't be there because I don't care. It's not my business what you say about me. I don't really care. It doesn't really matter what anybody in here says about me, because I know that the ones that are important matter, and the ones that don't matter aren't important. Their opinion is not important to me. And that's how you guys should be too. So otherwise it would drive myself. You have to do that as a creator. You have to have thick skin, or either you turn into these other people that follow the leader. And I refuse to do that. I refuse to freaking be like that. I don't care if all you guys hate me. I really don't. I'm going to speak what I believe is right. That's harder than just going along with what everybody's saying. But I don't chase people down, and like I'm not trying to cause issues or attack them or whatever. I didn't say, did I say that? Who am I? It was in a public place. We're around there. Do you guys, how many dangerous people do you guys think that you are around in a single day? How many offenders and violent offenders that are we around unknowingly in everyday life? You can't live your lives like constantly just like scared of everything. And I should be able to take my daughter to a public Wendy's where Dawn and Candace are in the same Wendy's. You go to Wendy's all the time, right? Or you guys go out to eat all the time? Do you know who's sharing in the restaurant at the same time you are eating? If Dawn and Candace were there, would you be a horrible person for eating at the same restaurant as Dawn and Candace? That's what I said. I also told people the truth. I didn't feel endangered. If I didn't, I said that Dawn seemed like a nice guy. It's true. He does come off like a nice guy. And, at that time, I was more under the opinion that possibly, I was under the opinion for a very long time until recently that it was mostly Candace. This is all Candace's doing. The others are just just know about it or covering up. No. Now I believe that Dawn, I believe Candace has been, she's not innocent in this, I don't believe. But when she's grown up around everything she's witnessed, everything she's seen, she's not in the mentality as of somebody. She's got like a teenager way of thinking and stuff. She's very easily influenced, very easily manipulated. And Dawn, I feel like Dawn has saw that, and yeah, he's probably controlled her for many years. He was so afraid of her to talk because he didn't want her to mess up anything. I know, Dee Dee, and I can't make sense either when I get that upset. That's why I got off here, because when I get that upset and if I start cussing at somebody, because I shouldn't start attacking and start cussing and stuff like that, because that's when nobody listens to you when you're like that. And that's the same. That's why I'm like, okay, I need to take a break and calm down. But Really, it wasn't supposed to be anything like this. It was supposed to just, all I was going to talk about was the fact that I thought she sounded scared in the interview and that she was put up to it. And somehow it just, and I knew it was going, I guess I kind of knew it would go a little bit left like that because there's so many now supporting the Wells. And I mean, well, I don't know. I don't know about if supporting is the right word, but it's one thing to be unbiased and try to like be innocent until proven guilty, but it seems like the ones that are doing that are at the same time like it's not them being unbiased. They don't seem to be truly in the middle. It's like I don't know. It kind of killer looks. It's a little bit of miscommunication. It's a lot of people going back and forth trying to make people think things were said that weren't said to try to cause issues. And yeah, I thought she sounded scared, and I thought she sounded very nervous. Carrie, I thought was she her words didn't flow, like how she said, oh, my dad, how she was like, my dad's the best dad I've, I've ever had. Something like that. She was saying things like that, which of course we all mess up and say stuff like that, but you could tell that didn't know what to say. I could just feel like she wasn't being genuine, but I'm not blaming her because I feel like I said, I don't blame her at all. I feel bad for her. Well, I do think some of how she was sounding was probably because she was nervous and not used to being up here talking. But you guys got to remember too, that was a phone call. That was a phone call between two people. It wasn't live like this. So yeah, she's going to be a little bit nervous because she knows it's going to go out there. So some of that definitely plays into why she might sound a little bit scared, because it probably is awkward for her. But at the same time, I just feel like when we've heard for a year and a half now that she didn't want to speak out and stuff, and she wanted to stay out of it, and she didn't want to have anything to do with YouTube. She didn't want to get attacked, Yeah, Tim Mullins has he's probably kept the longest friendships with them of anybody. Oh, is Scott H not cool with chasing her or something? I figured that was something against me. I don't know. I heard about it. I never know who likes me anymore these days. It's fine. I figured it was a dig at me and not chasing. I don't know. I haven't seen it. But it's fine. I don't have any problems with stuff that I say on here getting clipped or put out there, because, and no, I don't feel the need to private a live just because I got a little bit angry or over, as long as I wish I didn't cuss and call names. I don't want to get to that point. That's why I got off the live. But I don't, everything That's true, Veritas. I agree. I think me and Chasing can work it out too. It's, as long as we can like just I'll be easier about that until I see for some another. I'll just have to go with what Chasing's saying and take her word for it that she doesn't, she's just genuinely, doesn't have any other motive and stuff. And so that's what she says. So I'm going to take her word for it. So, and that's it. And I won't say anything again until I see differently. I know, Gabble Geeks. That's why I wonder who contact. That would probably be a good thing. I probably should have contacted you before now. But I was afraid because, or I won't say afraid is the word, nervous because I don't know when everything happened after Jim passed away and stuff and everything just went left like that. I didn't know who was supportive of me anymore, who wasn't. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't reach out to anybody. I did notice people not coming around and stuff, but I didn't reach out to any of them because I don't know. I was too focused, grieving and upset. But yeah, there was times I did think about reaching out, Gabble Geeks, and talking to you. But I just, sometimes it's like, who can you trust? You know what I mean? All right, Jason. Well, I apologize for pulling you into the middle and I. Oh, okay, Scott. I don't know. Somebody texted me about it, and I was like, I don't even. They just said that you put out a clip, or maybe it was in the messages or in the chat here that it was said. Somehow I knew about it, and I was like, but the way that it was worded, it made it seem like it was against me in some way. Except Luminous. I have to pee really bad. Can you guys give me a minute? I'll be right back. Sorry. Not too bad. I only lost 15 people or so. What did that say? Yeah. Cool. Looks like couldn't have been more wrong about you. killer looks comes up when he first came appeared. Like, I thought he was like kind of like another Benny Keys, to be honest. At first, nothing wrong with Benny Keys. I'm not saying anything bad about Benny Keys, but I was like, you're nothing like I thought. And that's in a good way. Like, you seem like a pretty cool person. But you guys, I guess I'll probably get off here. I'm sorry. I'm glad we got some things worked out a little bit. I'm sorry I got a little bit heated and stuff. I don't care about people's opinions. I truly don't. You can have your opinion, but like, as far as coming in and giving your opinions about me, or I just don't want to entertain that shit anymore. I used to and stuff, but it's really distracting. And like, I was meaning to talk about, we did talk about it for a little bit, but we really spent a lot of time on the drama. But at least it got cleared up a little. Some of it got cleared up, so that's good. So I guess it was worth it. No, they're not innocent. Well, in my opinion, it's okay. I don't call a flip-flopper, like, I saw the word flip-flop. And let's see, what did it? What's the comment? I don't know. I saw Dee Dee, I think, mention something about. Anyways, I think it's normal to change opinions and change sides and be. Sometimes I think it's normal to occasionally, sometimes feel empathy for Dawn and Candace, or at certain times. It's just, the more we learn or go along, but like, when it goes to, extreme opposites, that's kind of weird. Like Prayer Garden, she goes to extreme opposites. I bet Prayer Garden's happy all this is going down, though. She's like, oh, phew, nobody's focused on me. The heat's off me now. No, it's not. It has nothing to do with being. That's not at all what I was saying. Heels that's not at all what I said. I'm saying I don't think that's a flip-flopper. I said flip-flopper is somebody who's completely on opposite ends. Like, keep back and forth. Like, Prayer Garden is definitely a good example. I'm not talking about changing your mind a little bit about stuff, because that's normal. You have to. You can't just be stuck in one way about something, because that's not how you get to the truth. That's how you get to your, that's being prideful, or I don't know. None of us know what happened 100% at all. Gosh, we probably don't even have 10% of it. No, I'm not giving up. I had to calm down, because I don't want to come on here and cuss and act a fool. If I have to get off here for a few minutes to calm down, because then that's when I start saying stuff I don't mean, and shit just comes out that doesn't even really make sense. And I really, a lot of times, don't even, when I get real mad, I just kind of, sometimes I just say stuff that's not necessarily true. Like the one time I called Tiffany Marie a fucking whore or something. I don't know if Tiffany Marie is a whore, but at that, I was so mad. I was just like saying like stuff. And sometimes I don't know what I'm saying. So that's why it's best just to sign off and calm down. Because I try not to go there. Like, and I try not to, I don't think that we need to get to that level. And that includes myself. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just I understand. That's exactly how I feel. Blue days. That's exact. When I say I try not to call people flip floppers because it can sound offensive. So I don't want people to be offended by that word. I'm talking like major extremes, you know. And I'm talking about back and forth more than just once. Obviously, you know, you can once or twice over a couple years. I mean, it's obviously you can change your freaking mind, but there is ones that go to complete opposite ends of the spectrum rapidly, kind of like it's just, I don't know. But I understand at the same time because sometimes I get so like, I mean, I've been there before. It's when I was around Don, I was like, he seems like a really good person. I didn't feel any type of, I wasn't scared around him at all. Well, you shouldn't agree with what they did to me, XX. And you should have reached out to me because there was no way, because that was completely, I'm not going to talk about it, but I appreciate that message. But you guys should have reached out to me. That's all I got to say. Because it's horrible. It was absolutely horrible what was done to me. And I'm not going to sit around and freaking feel sorry for myself forever. I've got to keep going forward. I can't sit here and just sulk. Bad stuff happens to all of us. I know, Shima Mom, it's like so easy to say that word. I think it's kind of like the word narcissist. Sometimes it's just an overused word. You know what I mean? Now I'm afraid to say narcissist because I use it so much. And I've caught myself. And it is an overused word. It definitely is an overused word. And I do have a habit of, you know, diagnosing people. And I'm not a doctor or anything. Well, I'll give my opinions on what I think's going on. But I'm not, you know, probably shouldn't do that. So I try not to so much, especially when it comes to mental health. I know you do, Kathy. I appreciate that. Well, and I didn't mean that about, like, when I was saying, oh, like, you don't see me going around to chats, like, that was just like a general thing. It wasn't about chasing so much. It was just, I mean, what her coming in there, I guess it kind of reminded me of something like what people doing that. I don't know. That's only like the first time that I can think of with me. So I don't know if she's like that, but there are people who seemed like they just show up every time their name's mentioned and like defending themselves, and it's like it's pointless because people, the misinformation that goes around on here, no matter how much you try to like stick up for yourself and but you could see just by the numbers, like it's easy to see. Did you guys see like the people pour in for the drama? It's just I can't like, I get too worked up. I can't do that every day. You know what I mean? That's why I had to kind of chill out on the, well, this still says true trauma, but I took that out on my little emblem icon thing on a lot of it, just because I was like, man, this is not what I meant by true trauma. Oh, I know, XX, that's how it is. Just when you think something's getting better, you can feel it. And if any of you guys decide to ever have a channel, or if you do have a channel, you'll notice over time, and it's a learning process, but it's frustrating. It really is. And that's why I used to be live for like 12 hours at a time or whatever. Usually 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours was about the average. That's a long time. Most of that is me was defending myself, or doing like going back and forth like earlier, and it just it's draining. But TR roll, do you ever, I don't call it talking smack. I call it an opinion. How come it's a talking smack if it's my opinion, but yet if it's somebody else that's not talking smack, it's just an opinion? Oh, Ziggy, I thought you let all opinions. It's all of a sudden them not talking smack. It's I'm talking smack. I must be talking shit. No. And I don't go in. People talk shit about me all the time, TR roll. You'll never see me go into anybody's chat and defend myself. I will never make a habit of it. It's pointless. It's a waste of energy, and it does no good. Yeah, I can't do it. It's pointless, country girl. But you know what? It works for those people because they make money on it. But for me, like, I can't. Like, if you can handle it and you don't have any problem raising your blood pressure and probably shortening your life 20 years due to stress. Stress is horrible on your health. And all that negativity, no matter how well somebody seems to be able to handle, it, it does affect you. No matter what, like no matter how strong somebody seems up on panel talking and stuff, or how but some people, you have to think, like, how does it affect some people's lives? The ones that every single day are live about the same person, like their lives, I mean, they'd have to be neglecting their own families. With what smoke for saying what, or Skilo? What's, but because you said chasing is a fake and you told her. Why are you still on that, Skilo, though? We've already talked it out. You see what I mean? Like, you keep going in circles. You're bringing it back. Like, everybody's pretty much moved on, but you're trying to bring it back. That shows your intentions. Because we've already talked it through. Chasing's done left, and here you are still wanting to argue. And we've moved on. It doesn't do any good. I don't know what type of smoke you say I need to get because I said, yeah, I felt like she was being fake at the time. We talked it out. We've talked it over. I told why I felt she was being fake. I thought it was over with. It's just one of those, you have to agree to disagree type things. People have their own have their opinions. And she told me she has no agendas, that, and so. Yeah. Well, you're the one here, Skilo. Did I come to your chat? I was being attacked by you and several others all at once, was I not? I don't go in your chat. I don't follow you around like a child and chase you to argue with you. You're doing that. You are in my chat. You're wasting everybody else's time and derailing something that's not about you, and you're doing that. You are still here. You're still speaking about something that has already been calmed down. Everybody's moved on except you. At this moment, anyways. That's the issue I have with it. It's just like you keep going. Nothing I say is going to be... If nothing I say is going to be good enough for you, Skilo, why are you sitting here in chat listening to what I have to say? You're going to just keep going and keep going and keep going. Because nothing I'm saying to you is like good enough for you. I'm being very rational and saying explaining where I was coming from, and you just refuse to listen. I don't know. It's not anything about being untrue, Skilo, at all. What's untrue? Opinions aren't untrue. Are you the God of what is fact and what is not? So you get to decide what's untrue. So you could be, because you decide something's untrue, you can be a horrible person and just keep going and keep going and keep going. What can you do, Skilo, to change the situation? What can you do? You could leave and you wouldn't have to hear it. You see? You can't change somebody else. You can't change me. You can't force me to stop talking, but you could stop listening by Xing out at the top right. If it's really bothering you that bad. That's my point. That's what I'm trying to get you to see is like, hello, I don't follow you around. I'm not still talking about this 2 hours in. You're still like going on about something that was said a long time, hour or two ago, and we've already addressed it. So guys, I am going to go though. Sorry that it got a little bit derailed, but I am glad that things did get like a little bit calmed down. And just like I told Chasey, I said, okay, I apologized to her. And I said, thank you. I appreciated her being respectful in her opinion, and she tried to stay calm and stuff, and I appreciated it. So I was respectful back to her because I was giving her the same energy she was giving me. And Skilo, I'm giving you the same energy that you keep giving me right now. So when I react and I act, it would not just me, but anybody, it's because it's obviously for a reason. I'm not saying people can't have their opinions, but when it's you know what I mean? It's not, you're twisting words and trying to fit a narrative and spin things around to fit what you're saying. And we could go on and on and on and on, you know? And it just is so old, but already. Good night, guys.